doing things you can't believe. It's the 3-Man Weave. Come at you with topics.
Yo, what's good out there, people? It's your 3 favorite guys from the 3-Man Weave podcast. We are back after a brief 1-week hiatus. We are back. It's Cannon. You know who I got with me, who I got.
You already know it's your boy Hill. Hill going Hill regardless, baby. Let's get it.
AJ, El Presidente. He's back.
He's back. Yo, so, real quick, we're going to hurry up this week and get right into the meat of the podcast. But before we do, going to just let the people know where you can reach us at.
Y'all already know on Instagram is 3-Man Weave _. You got the Facebook 3-Man Weave, YouTube 3-Man Weave. You can email us at podcast.3.man.weave@gmail.com. Let's get it.
Let's get it. So, fellas, what we going to do first? You already know what we do here. We're all about changing the narrative on the 3-Man Weave podcast. Who wants to start it off?
Well, you know, we've been getting a lot of feedback.
Yes, sir.
So we actually got an email,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna read it. We got a question. You see what happened when you go to Rome? Things change, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. So as you can say first of all, I love what y'all got going on, but I gotta come up with a topic. Saying everyone is talking about the Greek Freak being better than Anthony Davis. How do y'all feel about that? This is becoming a big topic.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to bring it to y'all attention. Let's hear it. So let's hear it.
I mean,
Is the Greek Freak better than Anthony Davis?
He's still young, but I feel like until he gets, a consistent shot from range, like from outside the arc, he's not messing with Anthony Davis because Anthony Davis, has a couple more inches on him. He can guard the same amount of positions that the Greek Freak can guard. But he can step out and drain that shot confidently. So until Greek Freak can really do that, I don't know. But see, the reason why I'm giving the Greek Freak a lot of time is because he's in that mode of LeBron. LeBron didn't just come in the game with a shot. He started off because nobody stopped him off the dribble, and he kind of inched his way back, and then once he got that that confident shot from range, then he was unstoppable. So I think once Greek Freak can really he has to be able to commit to that and really make you respect that. But right now he's unstoppable getting to the cup. But if he get that shot, then I think you can really put it up in that conversation or over Anthony Davis. Until then, I ain't see it.
It's real simple for me. I mean, which one the harder conference? West. Which one the harder conference, AJ?
Oh, the West.
Where Anthony Davis play?
The West.
Hey, and he took his trash team out of the first round. Until the Greek Freak get them Bucks to a higher seed and out of the first round, ain't no way in the world you better than Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is arguably out here going for the best player in the league.
Yeah, definitely.
You ain't there yet. You ain't getting your team out the first round in the East. Don't holler at me yet till you know what I'm saying. You ain't upper echelon till then. And I ain't even asking for much. I'm asking you to get out the first round. So it's simple for me. It's Anthony Davis or else.
Out the first round without Boogie.
Yes.
Don't need him.
Yeah. Come on now.
Don't need him.
And got a game on the Warriors.
Yeah.
So
if Drew Holiday, your second best player, you can get out a round in the West.
Yeah. Come on.
Now.
You real.
Yeah.
You real.
For me, this is a no-brainer. Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, like Hill said, I think, you got LeBron, you got Kevin Durant. Then it's like you can either go Steph or you can go Anthony Davis. To me, that's in my eyes. I don't think you immediately go Greek Freak, and here's why. To me, the Greek Freak is limited to he's an athletic basketball player. The most, maybe, in the league.
He's a freak.
Very athletic. I mean, he can dribble. He don't got a lot of dribble moves, but for a bigger man, he can dribble, with the ball. He can run with the ball. He can, make passes, and he can explode to the rim. But now, like you said, he plays in the East, so that conference is a little easier. But when we're talking about basketball, can the Greek Freak do those things that I'm looking for from a star basketball player? Does he have the IQ? I don't know yet. When I watch the games, I still see a lot of turnovers, a lot of easy mistakes. Doing the wrong thing on switches, on pick and roll, on defense. I still see those mistakes from the Greek Freak. So I don't know if he has the IQ to be even mention what these top ballers that we're talking about, as far as a LeBron and a Anthony Davis. Now I mentioned LeBron because you kind of compared him to LeBron when he was younger, AJ. But LeBron to me still is a little bit different when he came into the league because he didn't have the shot. But he still had a lot of other basketball things going from mainly basketball IQ to his passing for a rookie when he came in was off the charts.
I'm really comparing them as like LeBron and Greek Freak as physical specimens.
Okay.
And where their game,
I'm
the
with
type
you.
of game that they had, like you said, you just can't stop me. That's really what I'm comparing them as. I'm not saying that they were in that same vein. I'm just saying that giant point forward, you can't stop me getting to the rack type specimen.
I can definitely see that. I can see that comparison. But for me, to Mark who emailed us,
Mark Jackson.
it's just clear and simple. No, the Greek Freak is not on the same level or better than Anthony Davis.
Not ready yet.
Agreed.
I like to see. We like that. If y'all got a question, y'all want us to talk about it, just send the email. podcast.3.man.weave@gmail. And just like this right now, we'll talk about it.
Yes, sir.
We're going to easily segue. I know the season's early. You know how you want to get premature with it.
Yeah.
Who y'all MVP?
Oh, NBA season?
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Blake Griffin.
He balling, man. Blake Griffin.
And I want to apologize on behalf of the entire three-man week. None of us have Blake Griffin in the top 20, did we?
Yeah, we disrespected him. We disrespected him.
Yeah.
But I told you I don't like the list, man. I'm gonna refrain from now on from three-man weave. Cannon is refraining from the list. I will critique lists. You can send me lists. I'll give you a grade on your list. I'm not gonna do lists because they're too difficult, man. Like I feel bad because I thought I left out one player. Now I realize I left out 2 top 20 players. So I'm done with the list.
Oh, I'm still getting my list off. I'm gonna tell you that.
I mean, I'm still confident.
I felt like also it's a good starting point though, just because that's what it gives us. It gives us that dang.
So
It's balling. Like I said, we've had a couple three-man week apologies.
yeah.
I'm gonna apologize to Blake Griffin. Like, bro,
Sorry,
doing
Blake.
your thing.
Our fault, Blake.
But hold on. You picking him like early premature, or you just saying right now he's
Right
balling?
I'm saying like right now.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Not
who?
who I'm picking for the entire season.
So who you
Right
picking
now,
for the entire season though?
This entire season, I'm gonna give it to KD.
Yeah. Everything basketball in me wants to go either Steph or KD because they got the team and they both have the offensive skill set to do everything that their team needs them to do to be the most valuable. Kevin Durant also got the defensive piece to go with his. That's why I give him a little bit of edge over Steph. Deep down in my heart, I want to go with LeBron, but LeBron is on a new team. He's making adjustments. He may have to sacrifice parts of his game, so I don't know if he's really going to be in the running for that thing. So my 100% sure MVP candidate so far in the season and for the rest of the season is KD. Shout out to the Easy Money Sniper.
One reason I asked this topic is we got the email question. I'm definitely going with AD as my MVP.
Okay.
That boy right there, he trying to take that number 1 spot.
Yeah, he is.
Period.
Though. Yeah, he is.
And I feel that they got a better team this year, which means better seeding.
Mm-hmm.
And that plays a part in what they got with the voting. I just got Anthony Davis. He's on the tear. That's going to be my MVP. He may run away with a whole lot of these awards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one thing that's really holding me up for going KD like 100% is just because, like Cannon said, you got Steph. I think they both are going they're on the same team, great team. They gonna have the record. They're both gonna put up the numbers, so they're gonna eat into each other's votes.
Cancel each other out.
So I think that might be the only issue with KD really running away with this award. But I feel like with, like you said, LeBron being on a young team, his seeding is
Yeah.
It's not necessarily saying like he's gonna automatically get those 50 games and really have the great numbers that he's used to having, especially because he doesn't have a lot of shooters around him, so his assists might take a dip.
Hopefully not. Go Lake Show.
So KD, I think he's still gonna have the numbers, but I think him and Steph, they're gonna feed off each other, so they're both gonna have the numbers. But if AD does what AD can do, and his team isn't as strong as those as the Warriors, but still he takes that next step. He gets them to a nice seeding in the West.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely possible, but I'm just not going against the second best player in the league.
The way Steph is starting off,
Me either. Steph on flames, man. Steph on.
It's like, do we see him lightening up? Like, nah, it's like.
I'm just saying.
Steph is on the whole another
Steph
tear.
got the ankles of a paraplegic,
Yeah, we don't
so
want to
I just don't know how long he gonna hold up.
I mean, he been holding up the last 3 years, so I have to assume that he is gonna hold up. What I just don't know is, it's how it is. It's the beginning of the season. Like everybody want to make their mark. It's early. Steph come out on flames. Like what's gonna happen in Game 30? Is Steve Kerr gonna still want to go to him in the fourth quarter? Steph sit out a lot of minutes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, when you drop 51 and 3.
Yeah, I know, but that leaves. To me, I just think that their primary threat, even though Steph is the most deadliest shooter I've ever seen and currently in the NBA, but Kevin Durant could just score from so many different facets. He don't have to shoot. He can actually put his back to the basket and score on a real legitimate big man, even though he got a smaller frame. And to me,
don't sleep on Steph's ability to get to the cup.
I'm not.
The way he shoot, you can't.
I've never slept on Steph's ability to get to the cup. He's a top finisher. And his layup package and his floater package is legit. But what I'm talking about these contact finishes that Kevin Durant gonna have from mid-range. Steph don't do a lot of mid-range shooting.
The math don't add up. Why shoot from mid-range when I know I'm gonna make it?
The math don't add up. You saying that, but it's adding up for Durant. He does a lot of mid-range shooting, and it's adding up. So you saying it's don't add up. Of course it's not gonna add up if you don't have the attempts. If you got the attempts and the buckets, they can't add up. So I'm saying.
Yeah, no, but my thing is, like, Steph shoot he's almost like a 50% shooter from 3-point.
He's shooting 53% right now.
And so it's just like, I can take it. Like, why step inside the arc when I shoot just as good from 90% of the NBA from their 2-point?
You know why?
From 3.
Because it's a game plan thing. So if Steph stays behind the arc and never goes in, now you don't have the game plan for that. If that becomes a tendency of his, that's why he does drive.
No,
and he does shoot some
mid-range shot. Like he's like if I can do a layup or a 3-point shot, and my percentages are going to be high regardless.
Yeah, by all means,
why stop?
By all means, take it. But I just feel like you gotta still keep the defenses honest. So you gotta take some mid-range shots because let's be real, Kevin Durant is a legitimate 3-point shooter too. Like he not 50%, but he's high 40s.
Yeah.
And so he could just take threes all the time too. But he understands that taking a mid-range shot allows for his 3-point shot to be open when it's time. Because people, as soon as Steph gets close to that 3-point line, everybody's running off at him. But Kevin.
But that's why he gets to the cup.
But just think about Kevin. So remember back to that walk-up 3 against Bron. The reason that Bron is sagging back is because KD could just blow right past him for that dribble pull-up. So because of that, I can't just sit on this 3-point line and try to stop him from getting to it because he may go around me. Steph may go around you too, but just at a lesser percentage is what I'm saying. And that's part of the reason why I went KD for my MVP.
The reason what I think y'all missing, that's gonna ruin both of them MVP chances. Boogie coming back.
Is he coming back?
Boogie definitely coming back.
Boogie, I think Boogie will be back by Christmas.
By Christmas?
Yeah, Boogie definitely gonna come back.
So let me ask y'all this. Put a pause on the MVP talk.
Yeah, we done. Go ahead and transition.
Just name me a big man who's came back from a Achilles injury to be productive in the same that first year.
I mean, if that's your question, we can go ahead and move on. But my thing,
it's never happened.
But I'm not expecting him to be Boogie.
You don't have to be Boogie.
Exactly. He can come back and be DeMarcus, and they're gonna.
I just want him to be able to run with them. That's a running team.
Bro, did you see
They gonna try to
the
cater
video
to him
from
and get him.
like at practice? He in a 3-point he having a 3-point competition with Clay.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
neither
because
one of them missed.
because that's the 3-point don't require a lot from your Achilles. But I'm just saying as a big man though, he gonna have to play some defense.
When he comes in,
Mhm.
everybody gonna take a step back. They like, you know what? Boom, let everybody eat. It's buffet time. You know what I'm saying? That's how they gonna
But
do
you know,
it. And that's
you know
gonna
what's crazy?
bring
Like
it
when
back
Boogie,
down to life.
it ain't like he had a guard like the best big man on the floor. All right, Draymond, you handle that.
Yeah. I mean, so we'll see. I'm not a fan of the Achilles injury in sports. Haven't seen a lot of people come back from it, period. The only person I've ever seen really come back from it, that's a bigger person, is Terrell Suggs. And he don't play basketball.
Yeah.
But everybody else, that I've seen with the Achilles injury, it's been a damper to their career, and we've never seen the same person. That's all I'm saying. So me personally, I'm not expecting the same Boogie to come back.
But you don't have to. That's my thing. Like that's why I feel like
You're
it's
right.
gonna work.
I'm not arguing that point.
My thing is, all right, boom. Since we still on the NBA, what have y'all seen differently in the NBA? Like, what y'all been watching a couple games? Y'all done seen it. Like, what's your thoughts on some of these teams? Like, what's going on out here? Like, what's your thoughts? Don't matter. Just
JaVale McGee on steroids. He got the limitless pill. I'm convinced.
he always had talent, bro. He was just stupid.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's still
And why
stupid.
he not stupid no more?
He is stupid.
Is stupid does.
No. So there's a difference between stupid and dumb. He's still stupid. He still do a lot of stupid things. He's been able to cut dumb stuff out of the game, which has benefited him the last three years of his career.
And I told you, we had a personal conversation back in the day, and I said, this is what's going to happen. When he gets around good players, teams that he cares about, all that's going to stop.
Yeah.
When he was with the Wizards and with Denver, when he ain't really cared, he can go full JaVale. He will never go full JaVale.
Ever. But look, this is what, so you said, since you want to talk about basketball, what do I see? So far this year, this is what I see. I just want to talk about Lake Show because y'all know I'm new to this Lake Show thing. I'm a Bron fan. My pop's been a big Lake Show fan, so it's like a perfect marriage for me. My favorite player, he's Lake Show. I told him I'm committed to the Lake Show now. When Bron leaves or retires, I'm still gonna be Lake Show. This is my final stop. So I just want to say that. Now, with that being said, I was scared.
Yeah.
When Lake Show came out 0-3, I was terrified because everybody said it all summer, like, LeBron in the West now, it's going to be difficult. And my whole rationale been like, so what? Like, LeBron had some of the worst ballers ever on his team in Cleveland. Like, he had Kevin Love, he had JR who could do a little bit.
Shit,
like,
don't disrespect Kevin Love like he won 2020.
no, that's what I'm saying. He had Kevin Love. Like, this is what I'm saying. The ballers that he had. Yeah, so Kevin Love, JR who could do a little bit. Kevin Love was there. But anybody else couldn't even do their job that they were hired for. So, my rationale is like, okay, LeBron got all these players who can at least do what they're here for. Kyle Kuzma can do his job. Zoe can do his job. Brandon Ingram can do his job. Rondo can do his job. So when we start off 0-3 and we're losing close games.
That's what didn't scare me though. It was close games.
Yeah, it was close. So I felt good about us being there, but I definitely didn't feel good about being 0-3. Now, what I will say is the fight between Rondo and CP3 and Brandon Ingram, I think that forced Luke Walton's hand early for him to explore more options with his roster. And I feel like now, instead of just going, it's kind of like fantasy. You see the names, you put them down, you always want to go with the names.
Mm-hmm.
But the names will get you burned come Sunday. So same thing with Luke Walton. Now he had an opportunity to actually just put players in and see what they can really do. And like I said preseason, Lance is going to be a problem with Bron.
Lance out here.
Lance is out here. Kuzma is out here. He needs to be in that starting lineup. And I mean, I don't know if you need to. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Neither here or there. Whoever comes off the bench is going to be a problem because, it don't matter. I feel like Caldwell Pope should be out of the starting lineup.
Easily.
And I just think that, I think the Lake Show is gonna be fine, but I think that Walton really needed for Rondo to be out and Ingram to be out to really see what he got with his roster and what he can do and what can work with LeBron on the floor. What do y'all think about that?
Sometimes when you got too many pieces,
I think,
you do too much.
So I think from the fight, the one thing that I felt like it proved me right. That Rondo signing, it didn't really make sense because to me, Rondo and Ball, they kind of the same type of player. But Ball, I have more trust in Lonzo shooting than I do Rondo. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there was really no need for you to sign Rondo, especially when you have Bron on your roster. If when you have Bron on your roster, you need people who can knock down a three. So if you're gonna sign a point guard, find somebody who can spot up and just drain a three, like kind of like Mario Chalmers or somebody like that who's that 3-point shooter and that 3-point threat to pair with Bron. You have Lonzo who can distribute, get people the ball, and now that he's with Bron, he's a little bit more confident, pulling up and taking that shot. I feel like you need to explore what you can and try and find something with Rondo, because I feel like it's like when your backup quarterback come in and you the starting quarterback. It's like you don't really want to be out too long and let that coach get an extended look at, hey, this dude is actually doing what I need him to do. Like, people may have been worried about Lonzo coming off the injury and seeing how he's going, be with his conditioning and stuff like that.
That's what it was.
And he been legit with it.
And so I feel
Shout out
like,
to him for working out and getting back.
Rondo is proven to be expendable. I think that team can do a little bit more and grow a little bit more with Lonzo getting that experience with Bron. Mm-hmm. And really, unless you're gonna keep Rondo in the locker room as another mentor with Bron, which I don't think you need.
That's starting fights.
I feel like you need to you need to see what you can get.
A spit in your face mentor.
See, well, listening to all the writers or listening to Magic Johnson and listening to everybody's input,
all the narratives.
Yeah, they're trying to reduce Bron's minutes. Mm-hmm. So I can understand why you can bring in a Rondo off the bench. Mm-hmm. Because off the bench.
Key word.
Off the bench. Say it again. Off the bench, Rondo. And so he can get everybody else involved. He can keep giving everybody easy buckets. Yeah. And you can keep Bron's minutes down, and everybody can still grow. See what the problem what Luke got to do. He got to stay firm, mm-hmm. and got to give everybody their role. Yeah. And say, hey, this is your role. This is what you're gonna do. Know your role, and let's get it.
And play it.
And let's go. And we can go from there. I understand, like I said, we started out on 3, but hey, we on the streak now. I'm with it. I'm loving what was going on now.
And how we get on that streak? Who we beat to get on that streak?
Oh, them Phoenix Suns.
Yeah, Just a little plug. If y'all don't know,
AJ, who your team?
Who your team, AJ?
Phoenix Suns, always.
Okay. And who's one of the Lakers rivalries out there?
Phoenix Suns. It's okay.
And who we get our first win this season against? Who?
It's all right.
I just want to make sure. Okay.
Oh, you worried?
Listen, I was a little worried before the game because y'all came in looking good.
I won't worry.
I'm not worried.
Y'all got a nice little squad, man. Listen.
When we get Scary Terry or Patrick Beverly, it's all right. Come holla at me.
Yo, man.
I'll let you when you get them.
But yeah, please.
Yo,
Scary Terry's a problem.
But you know what I wanted to talk about though, as I've been seeing. Celtics are who I thought they were. They're ready, but they really not who I thought they were. I thought Kyrie was gonna cut. That's really who I was gonna say was gonna be my MVP.
It's who I said it was.
He's still the man.
But who? What? We come back to that. We come back to that. Let's finish your point.
What I was saying, Tatum Tatum ready.
Yes, he is.
That boy ready.
He went to see Kobe, man.
And whatever he listened. But that's why it was scary because Kyrie's chilling. Chilling right now. And when Kyrie cook up, them
two can be a tandem.
It's gonna get ugly.
I said it last year when the Cavs made that trade and it didn't go through yet, and they were trying to see because they knew Isaiah was hurt. I said, Dan Gilbert, don't pull a trigger unless you can pull off Tatum. If you can't pull off Tatum, you need to get Kyrie back. He didn't listen. He didn't get Tatum. They settled for Isaiah, and you see why Danny Ainge and them knew that they needed to keep Tatum because he's the player of the future for the Boston Celtics.
Now, let's pause.
Now, what'd you say real quick?
We got to hear this.
Yeah. What'd you say real quick?
So the reason why I say if you need to trade Kyrie is because I feel like, Jason Tatum is the man. Jason Tatum is the man.
By himself?
So, no, I'm saying if like he's proved like this could be his team. So you have Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Terry Rozier. Like that's
shout out to
all
Hayward
jam
for coming back too, man.
So I feel like why not? Yeah, like Al Horford. Al Horford has been doing his job. Al Horford is arguably maybe.
Get the Kyrie.
Yeah, man.
What you say?
Get the Kyrie. I ain't mean to cut you off. Get the Kyrie. I got to hear this.
So okay, here's my thing. This is what I'm thinking. It's obvious that Anthony Davis might not sign back with the Pelicans.
Okay.
Like everyone signed that first contract.
Uh-huh.
Why not put together a package to get Anthony Davis for Kyrie? So then you have Terry Rozier, Jayson Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Gordon Hayward, Al Horford, Anthony Davis. Who's stopping you in the East?
The reason why, let me tell you why I don't think that they'll do that. Because the current NBA champion is the Golden State Warriors. Now, they have 3 certified superstars, and they have a fourth member who's an all-star, so they really have a big 4. So now, if I'm the Boston Celtics and my biggest players are Kyrie Irving, Jason Tatum, and Gordon Hayward, who's coming off an injury, that's my big 3. Why in the world would I trade one of my big 3 pieces? Necessarily might not get that Anthony Davis back, and now I'll be a Boston Celtics team with 2 superstars, one coming off injury,
I'm saying,
and then
if you could pull off that trade. So if you pull off that trade and your big 3 is
if it's for Anthony Davis, okay, then I agree.
Tatum,
but what's the odds? If you're in New Orleans, are you trading for Kyrie? For Anthony Davis?
You know he's not re-signing in New Orleans.
That's
Thank
what I'm saying.
you.
If you know he's not re-signing in New Orleans, why not make it happen?
I'm talking about Kyrie.
Yeah, Kyrie ain't re-signing in New Orleans. That's what we talking about.
Exactly.
Now, they got a chance of, if they could bring another piece in, they can get Anthony Davis to re-sign there. It's not guaranteed. Now, I think personally, I think Anthony Davis is going to LA. That's neither here nor there. But what I'm not going to do if I'm the Celtics is bank on getting a piece that I don't even know if I can get. And trading away, the one player who for sure makes me the best team in the East.
Okay, so say you don't know if Anthony Davis will resign in Boston, you don't know if Kyrie will sign in New Orleans. I'm taking my chances of winning the championship and beating the Warriors with Anthony Davis over Kyrie.
If you can get, if they even take that deal.
That's what I'm saying.
But what Hill is saying is New Orleans might not take the deal because they're not going to take the deal if they're not confident that Kyrie's going to resign. Excuse me, y'all. Hill always make us put our phones on silent. That's my fault.
Wow.
But my thing is though, if I'm the Celtics, I ain't doing nothing.
Nothing. I just wait for Kyrie to cook up, like Hill said.
Exactly. And
He's going to cook up.
See what we fail to realize. Kyrie's already going to get all the accolades.
All of it.
He's going to get it. Tatum more of a laid back guy, but he's getting his respect, and nobody on that Celtics team is real. They're not Bron. They're not breaking that fanfare. Nope. They're not breaking none of that controversy. These guys are balling. They are going. They basically, hey, we the best 5. We going to the gym. We about to kill, and let's everybody cook up. And like I'm saying, Tatum is on the verge of superstar status,
but he need leadership.
And Kyrie, and you just wait till Kyrie.
Kyrie got it.
And wait till Kyrie ready. Like Kyrie coming off an injury too, but I'm just saying.
Kyrie is also a student of Kobe also. So it's like you got 2 students. You got 2 students of Kobe. No. Kobe passed the ball. That's not true. Kobe played the triangle.
To the good players.
Listen, yes, to the good players. But he also knew when Kobe didn't have a shot, he would pass it. Kyrie does pass the ball when he doesn't have the shot.
It's a whole new Kyrie in Boston.
But if he has the shot, then he's going to take it. But guess what? If he knows that he can pass it to Jason Tatum and don't have the shot. And I even seen one of these games, I can't forget what game it was. The play in the end was for Tatum. It was a close game. Brad Stevens, he called the timeout. Kyrie had it. he called a timeout. They drew it up. It came back out. The ball went to Tatum, and it worked in the clutch. So the fact that they have both, I think that even the coach likes that.
They got a coach. Go ahead.
Because you don't know what we're going to do now. But if we ship Kyrie out, you know we're going Tatum.
No, you don't.
Yes, we do.
Who we going?
Yes, we do. We know we ain't going Jaylen Brown. We
Nah,
know we ain't going Gordon Hayward.
9 o'clock.
We going Tatum.
We might go Hayward.
We ain't going Gordon Hayward.
We
He ain't back.
we
know who we going.
Let's not disrespect Hayward.
I ain't disrespecting, but we know who the man is on that team.
But he could potentially, to AJ's point, look, let's be subjective. I mean objective. Let's not be subjective. And to AJ's point, it could be Hayward because Hayward has looked solid to come back from that gruesome injury.
Yes, but these are good dudes.
They are good dudes. I'm still not trading Kyrie. I'm just saying I just want to look at it from a GM or a coach's standpoint and maybe think, is it possible to do what AJ's saying?
I ain't doing it.
Cool. I try AJ.
Hey, I'm not here to convince y'all. I'm just saying my personal opinion.
Respect.
I think that to me,
Respect.
I'd much rather go into the playoffs and go against the Warriors with that lineup than with Kyrie.
But you keep saying that lineup.
Kyrie got a championship.
I've never really been
What if you can't get that lineup?
Kyrie got a championship.
But you keep saying that lineup, AJ. What if you cannot pull off the Anthony Davis? Do you still trade Kyrie?
Not if I can't pull off Anthony
Okay.
Davis.
All right. Well, cool. Well then, next time, just say if you can get an AD for Kyrie. But honestly, there's no GM in their right mind that would trade, even if Kyrie is going to resign, for Anthony Davis for Kyrie. That's not the same caliber
if you
player.
know Kyrie's not going to resign, if you know Kyrie's going to resign, and you know Anthony Davis is not going to
Maybe.
resign with
Maybe.
you, why wouldn't you?
Maybe. But that's gambling at its finest. Even if Kyrie tell me that he's going to resign, is he obligated to?
You're not obligated to, but if you can get them to agree to a sign and trade, then why not? That's what that clause is for.
Yeah, that's what great GMs
This is my last NBA narrative though. Can we really stop it? Can we really stop blaming Melo at this point?
For New York?
No.
For everything.
Let's just stop blaming Melo. Period. Hey, y'all know the Thunder ain't won the game?
It's convenient.
Y'all know the Thunder ain't won the game?
Yeah. Yeah, we know.
They looking trash? Okay.
They was in last game. They was in it.
They ain't won the game, right?
And they was actually beating Boston for most of the
They
time.
blew a 16-point lead.
Ooh, that's Melo's fault, right?
No, listen. I only blame Melo for what Melo is responsible for. When Melo come off and miss them shots, I blame Melo. If Melo not on the team, I've never been a person to blame Melo still.
Oh, it don't work. Melo done. Melo this, Melo that. And OKC is still looking trash. Billy Donovan can't coach on this level.
Bro, I've been saying that.
Ooh, that's big time. That's a big time statement here.
I'm saying it.
That's a big time statement.
Scott Brooks with Billy Donovan, you just took one white dude and changed it with another white dude.
Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, you love that. You
Yeah,
love that meme.
They be looking. That's how they do.
But look, man.
But that's what I said. Stop blaming.
So listen, at the end of last game, ESPN or whatever channel, I'm gonna say ESPN. I feel like it was ESPN. The game, OKC and the Celtics game, whatever channel was on, they did it like, they cut the screen in half, and it was the last 3 minutes. They had Brad Stevenson talking to his team. Brad, that's his last name? Stevens. Brad Stevens. Y'all forgive me for the names. That's the third time I messed up. They had Brad Stevens half the screen, and they had Billy Donovan half the screen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're giving their team the clutch conversation that you need. And regardless of the outcome, I watched that game and I just want to say, Billy Donovan's speech was just as appropriate as Brad's was. It was, man. And so, y'all know my number one thing when we talk about coaches. I'm a big component of players got to go out there and play. I could be the greatest coach in the world, but if players don't go out there and play, so to make that statement when OKC, they've been a problem under Billy Donovan. They just can't quite. It's like that Jerry curl in the 80s that didn't have enough activator. Just can't quite get that curl all the way around. That's the same thing for Donovan.
Billy Donovan, like, their speech was the same, but 20 seconds left in the game and you come out of a timeout and you inbound and Russ takes a three with 20 seconds.
That was not the play, man. That was not the play. I always tell y'all
Have we ever seen an OKC play?
That's what I'm saying.
The
Like,
play.
how you come out?
There was a play, but Russell got autonomy out there to do what he want, bro.
And sometimes that's because he don't respect Billy Donovan.
That's his fault. Respect your coach.
Why?
That's another
Because your mother taught you that, man.
No, you gotta earn your respect.
Tell me, you play baseball, right, AJ? You play baseball, right? Tell me a time. Tell me a time when your mother said, "Go out there, AJ. You just do what you do. Don't worry about the coach. Do what you do."
You don't want to get talking about Lisa. I got some stories.
I know her personally.
It's not gonna help your point at all.
But she normally is doing the right thing. Am I wrong?
No, my mama is about winning. If my mama be like this, if this man ain't no. If my mama say, look, hey, you got a man in scoring position and they tell you to bunt and move it over, but you get a fastball. My mama like, nah,
okay, respect. I had to ask. You feel me? I had to ask.
I met AJ.
Okay, so that's
AJ Mama.
That makes sense to why you're saying what you're saying. To the people out there listening on the podcast, listen. Would your mother tell you to disrespect your coach, or would your mother tell you on your job or wherever you at to do what you're supposed to do? Now, if the play is to,
that's where you wrong. It's not disrespect. It's like, hey, I know what I'm capable of. I know what.
Was he capable? So Russell knows what he's capable of. Was he capable of abandoning the play and doing his own thing? Because it didn't work.
Three-point shooter. That's why you need to drop a play and be like, yo, Russ.
But if you look at the play, they ran two down screens, and your boy Paul George was open, man. That's what I'm saying. I watch a lot of sports, and so I know what the play call was, and I can see that Russell just did that, and then you can even see his reaction after he missed. He kind of knew that, dang. But he know that also I'm Russell. Like, what they gonna say to me?
What they gonna do?
Because everybody, like, so that's another reason why I always say, like, you know what, KD, go ahead, leave, bro. You know, like,
yes,
bro, like,
I agree. I agree with you on that.
Like, nah,
but he used to cater to KD though, bro. He really did.
And that's why he stopped doing it now. He not catering to nobody.
Because he ain't got KD. They ain't KD level.
Exactly.
Y'all cater to me. Y'all play with me.
I'm sorry.
And he was like, Bill, you want me to pass it to who in the clutch? Paul George. Who?
I'd rather Paul George take that three than Russell.
You and me both.
Yeah, he's shooting 17%.
You know he don't know the stats. That's his boy.
You know, he might not really be shooting 17%, but he's shooting bad.
Hey, bro, Russell was over.
He would have made the look though. It's about the play. The play ain't about percentages, man. It's about the look, bro. And the look was there for Paul.
But my whole thing is they looking the same without Melo.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was, oh, Melo's this. Oh, bring Melo off the bench because he's holding them back and blah, blah, blah. Y'all looking the same. Stop blaming Melo for y'all problem.
But Houston's taking some losses. They got Melo. He hasn't been able to get them over the hump.
The funny thing about it, they keep trying to blame Melo. No, they trying to blame Melo for Ariza and Mubate leaving.
And he can't come in and be two players. I've already said that. He's one person.
They made it seem like they traded for him and got rid of him.
Yeah, he's a free agent.
Ariza left in free agency to go get some money that y'all didn't offer him.
You should have offered him and got Melo too. Then you really would be a problem.
And Mute and Ariza, that hurts them defensively.
Yeah.
They didn't play defense anyway.
That was two of their best defenders here.
They didn't play
But this is my thing. That's two of their best defenders, and then you bring in Melo, and you completely lose defense this offseason, and you don't bring any in.
Bro, are we really talking about Bute?
Yes, bro.
He is trash.
Why you like playing people? Did we say he was good here or that he could strap?
He can't strap. He didn't do nothing.
He can strap better than Melo.
Bro, he has a reputation just because he can't do nothing else. He's trash. We talking about Bamute.
Listen, yeah.
I bet you
Hill is healing at this point.
Bamute.
Regardless.
This is my comparison. So we always talk about how Andre Roberson was trash.
He straps.
But he straps. So when he got hurt, OKC looked completely different.
And you could
because
tell.
they lost a defensive presence.
But he really straps.
But okay.
He does
so
strap,
even if you say he's trash, I bet you he played better defense than Melo.
You said that's your question. Can we stop blaming Melo? And what we're trying to tell you is that we cannot blame Melo.
But he gave you nothing.
We're blaming the GM because the GM got rid of 2 pieces or let 2 pieces walk that were defensively helping your team out, and then you bring in a piece that's supposed to compensate that doesn't play defense at all. And Melo, shout out to Melo because Melo been playing some defense early this season.
He just not on their level.
And Bob Mute.
What level is Bob Mute on? He hasn't struck nobody. He hasn't done nothing. This is the most Bob Mute been ever talked about.
No, it's not.
He's trash, bro. He's trash.
Hubie be talking about him in the game.
Hubie my man. But
Yeah.
come on,
See what I'm saying?
Hubie old.
But Hubie love his defensive play.
Exactly.
Bob Mute doesn't do nothing. He gives you nothing. Nothing.
He gives you a few buckets.
What team he on now?
Gives you boards.
What team is he on now?
The team that didn't want him.
What team is he on now? We Googling
Clippers.
the team he came from. He does nothing. Does nothing. Y'all even talking about defense. What PJ Tucker doing? That's what he supposed to be defending. All he doing is changing shoes during the game. But we talking about it's Melo's fault. Come on, bro.
Shout out to PJ.
Come on, man.
PJ's a
I'm not saying you saying Melo's fault.
It's the narrative.
I'm just saying stop blaming Melo.
PJ Tucker.
That's the easy way out.
PJ Tucker playing at off-whites.
Off-white, Kobe's, and he changing shoes. Play some defense. That's what you want. Play some defense.
What you not about to get from
He
me?
hitting the open
PJ
three.
Tucker.
He hitting the open
positive notes because I was waiting for PJ Tucker to get out of Phoenix. So
Hey, PJ Tucker's my guy.
all your shit about
I like
I
PJ
just said
Tucker.
y'all done got me.
But I'm a
fucked up.
sneaker
I don't
head,
even want to
so-
talk. I don't even want to talk basketball no more.
All right, so
we
look-
talk Bob
look,
Mute.
so look.
Bob Mute.
I got a question for y'all. So I was stuck in traffic the other day.
Ask Bob Mute. Go ahead. Bob Mute. That's why you was in traffic.
Come again, say what?
So I was stuck in traffic the other day, and I was just thinking. So if these 2 players' careers ended today, who would y'all pick first to go into the Hall of Fame? Eli Manning or Phillip Rivers?
Phillip Rivers.
All day. Phillip.
Thank you. Because I was having, I was sitting there, people are all like making all these cases like, oh yeah, Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer, Hall of Famer, Hall of
But you
Famer.
know why they got a case? I'll tell you why they got a case. Go ahead with your point.
I ain't got no point.
Because like everyone's talking about these 2 Super Bowls.
Yeah.
I'm like,
A lot of people don't have any, man.
Brad
you weren't
Johnson.
like, yeah, like you got those Super Bowls because of a great defense, and you made some good plays. And I'm not taking any of that away from him. He did good. He did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. But to me, like, I don't even think Eli Manning is a borderline Hall of Famer just because I just feel like, yo, you never really, like, to me,
Like that Jerry curl?
like in your generation, you didn't stand out. And then this fall off that he's having right now is ridiculous.
I thought he stood out early in his generation.
Stood out where? For looking stupid?
Nah, he was more of a problem earlier, man. Y'all love to hang on to this old Eli that we see now.
I've been saying Eli was trash.
Bro, but you could not, like, all those little slant routes, he was not just doing this check down stuff. It was a point where he was exploiting you if you left it open.
Yep. And he was also throwing the pick right after that.
And he was, so listen, I said that I would pick Phillip Rivers. But I'm telling you that the people who get the Hall of Fame votes are the writers, the sports writers, and their ex-Hall of Fame, their current Hall of Fame members. Those are the people with the votes. And you know, like I know AJ Hill, that Super Bowls matter more than anything. He got 2 of those. He also have one against the undefeated Patriots, which is big time. Mm-hmm. He has the second one against the Patriots where he's made one of the best throws of all time.
It was a great throw. I'm not taking
that
Super Bowl away from him.
Like,
so it's the moments.
I feel like
he's fortunate to have the moments.
Yeah, like he has those 2 moments, but I also feel like these voters getting in the Hall of Fame as a quarterback, it's about those counting stats also. You gotta have the numbers. And to me, like, look at the generation that Eli Manning is gonna have to go into the Hall of Fame again. He's gonna have to go in against Brady, Rivers, Breeze, Rodgers, Bathroom Ben.
You don't have any of the
I
tops.
feel like out of those, Eli Manning is the last one to get in.
True. That's why I said Phillip.
Like,
because Phillip is consistent.
If Eli wants to get into the Hall of Fame, he need to retire after this year. Because you need to get in while none of them is on the ballot.
I said the same thing. And even for not for the Hall of Fame, he just needs to retire after this year.
Because
Period.
he's trash.
Yeah.
But you know why he gonna get in? Kurt Warner got in.
Huh?
Kurt Warner got in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
But see, Kurt Warner gets credit.
Some guys,
They give Kurt Warner extra credit for being able to. He didn't take the traditional path, so they respect that. Not being drafted out of college to be a grocery bagger and come off and win Super Bowls and MVP. That's got to count for something. You doing the violin?
I'm with you.
That's
But I'm with you.
But that's why Eli don't have that. You know, he got drafted.
But you gotta think, like Kurt Warner was a part of the greatest show on turf.
The greatest.
So he was a part of like that offense where they put up the numbers and they put up the spectacular plays and stuff like that. To me, I just feel like Eli's a glorified game manager. Throughout his entire career.
Agreed.
I mean, to be quite honest, him or Phillip Rivers wouldn't be in my Hall of Fame. But I mean, if I had to pick, I'm definitely going
I
Phillip
can't agree
Rivers.
with that because Phillip Rivers don't have the championship, but man, Phillip Rivers is like top 8 in passing yards for like career.
Yeah, but just still, man.
Like he has those count numbers. He just don't have.
He's never been able to help his team. It's not.
All these stats gonna look crazy in this day and age. You got to look at it different now. So even though I wouldn't put Eli in my Hall of Fame, that hardware or that at least getting there, it's gonna hold some weight. Everybody's gonna have numbers. Like
okay, yeah, that hardware holds some weight, but I still don't think it holds weight as far as putting him over Phillip Rivers, just because, like I said,
we don't
you
either.
gotta think like, Phillip Rivers, he was
We
great
on that.
offenses, some great teams.
We just saying that we wouldn't pick Rivers if you didn't pose the question that we had to pick one or the other. We saying
straight up,
both of them would be out.
both.
I still think Phillip Rivers is a Hall of Famer regardless.
And that's cool. So listen, in the essence of time, I got one more question that I want to ask y'all. And I really wanted to ask it last week, but we apologize to y'all for last week. Last week was VSU's homecoming, so we took a 1 week hiatus. Now,
see, I just had to forget the pun.
yeah, you know
just like you did. You know what I'm saying? It's all good.
You took a 2 week hihiatus. Man, him took one.
Yeah.
But now,
we talking about you.
This is what I want to ask y'all a question about. There's signs, 5-year deal, 11 fights worth a minimum $365 million with Dazen, the streaming app. Now, I think this is huge for boxing. I think this is huge for boxers who are not promoters. What do y'all think?
I concede to the boxing aficionados.
So come on, AJ, what you got for me?
I have absolutely no problem with it. I mean, why wouldn't you? An 11-fight deal worth, nearly $400 million. Yeah, I'm gonna take that.
There's some
Especially,
skeptics.
I'm at the top of my game right now. I'm one of the best fighters in the world. Outside of Floyd Mayweather, I'm the biggest draw in boxing.
Yes, sir. There's some skeptics though. That's why.
not?
That's why I asked, because there's some skeptics saying
He's really the biggest draw out of Floyd. He's the biggest draw.
One of them. We're not saying the big.
Who else is the biggest draw?
That was a question. That was a question.
Every time. But a lot of skeptics are saying 11 fights. Does he have it in him? What you think, AJ? You are my counterpart on the 3-man weave as far as boxing. What you think?
I'm the casual.
Absolutely, he has 11 fights in him.
Me
Like,
too.
come on, man.
I agree.
We have to think about it. Think about how old Canelo is. Does anybody know?
I think he's 29. Let me check.
28.
28. Even better.
You're an elite fighter. Say he fights maybe once, twice a year.
He'll be 33 by the time his deal is done.
Thank you.
Tito Ortiz is how old? I mean, not Tito, but what's the other Tito? Dang, I'm bad with names this year.
Yeah, you
Forget
are.
it. Anyway, he'll be 33 by the time this. He'll be 33 by the time this fight. By the time this deal is over. So you take into account, a couple mega fights, tune-ups, whatever, just or whatever mandatories you got to get out the way. This is boxing, elite fighters, they hit their prime at around this time, 29, 30.
I agree.
31. So yeah, he's definitely got it in him. He's cerebral. He's still a puncher. And like I said, he's still the biggest draw. So he's gonna get fights. People are gonna be shooting at him, regardless of how big of a name they are, whatever weight class they are, they're gonna try and move up, move down, whatever it may be.
Now, question. You said he's the biggest draw. Floyd Mayweather, took jabs at Canelo because he may have capped his money. Now, being the biggest draw, do you think it was smart to sign for a cap number at $365 million for 11 fights? Or do you think he should have did like Floyd did and try to, get as much as you possibly can for every single fight that you fight?
For you chime in, that's just got to be just a base number, right?
That's a base number.
That's not off ticket sales.
It's not off ticket sales. It's not on pay-per-view. That's just his
fights.
deal for the 11 fights.
That's just Floyd hating to me.
Floyd is hating because
Because this looks innovative.
We've seen how Floyd been moving, since he's kind of been out. He's been, playing with, another Manny Pacquiao fight or whatever the case may be. But Canelo doesn't even have his own promotion company.
Exactly.
So Floyd,
exactly.
talking about this, you did this, and this.
He's doing it as a boxer.
Canelo is strictly coming in
as a fighter.
As a boxer, as a fighter, making this money.
It's never been done before.
That's never been done before, to sign a deal this large. Yeah, you have these deals, you have these fight deals because you get all of the benefits because you fight under your promotion company along with Al Heyman.
Yeah.
So yeah, you get to cut, a little bit out of everything. A simple fighter has never signed a deal like this.
Never.
So, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, you money Mayweather, but I also have my issues with Mayweather. But as far as Canelo, hey, look, man, I applaud this deal, man. This is a great deal.
So that's what's
I'm
up.
never gonna hate on nobody for almost $400 million. Regardless.
You know me. Y'all know me. As long as I see the good fights, the big fights, I'm with it. But if he out there fighting me, I ain't with this.
What I'm telling you here is that this 11 fight deal, 5-year, should bring us at least 4 of the fights that you want to see.
All right, I take it.
Even if you get 3, who else?
I need 4.
I need 4.
Man.
I really need 5.
That's what I'm saying.
Because it's 5 years. You need to be taking a mega fight every year.
4 mega fights for Canelo.
I hope so. There's 4. There's a lot of welterweight champions. I know he's not welterweight, but there's some people who can move up,
But that's what I'm saying. I'm like, as far as mega fights, I'm not necessarily trying to see a whole bunch of people move up to fight Canelo.
Well, as long as he's fighting the best. I'm not saying it got to be mega as far as the boxing world. I'm talking about mega as far as what the fans want to see. If they're moving up or he's moving down, but if it's what we want to see, I'm considering that mega is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it got to be the name that's been dominating his weight class because he's been dominating his weight class. So it's like, who's going to be the mega people is what you're saying. I understand that. But as long as it's somebody that I want to see and it's not just some random new guy, at 160 that I've never seen before, who's supposed to be the #1 contender that I've never heard of, Hill's never heard of, because, Hill's casual. Most of the people who watch the show is casual. They don't want to see no-name fights. They want to see some name fights for some people that they think can give Canelo a chance. And this what this deal should bring, at least 4 of them, is what I'm saying.
I hope this deal brings. I hope it branches off to more fighters.
I hope so.
More fighters, more promoters.
Yeah.
More fights, more to mega fights. Like we said, the show you missed. We want to see fights. We want to see the good fights. Everybody loves a good fight. So make the fights happen.
I 100% agree with y'all that everybody wants to see a good fight.
So make the fights
I'm
happen.
not trying to have everyone start signing the days in because I'm not trying to subscribe and give them this money. Don't have it in me. I'm not trying to add another subscription. That auto debits out of my account. I already have Apple and my phone bill. I do not need another auto debit in my account. So don't nobody else sign the days in. Or you know what? I'm about to be a UFC fan. Because as long as Khabib Nurmagomedov is jumping in the stands and beating up these Irish people, you know what?
People gonna watch.
It's entertaining.
Yeah.
Yo, was that your inner Bumani?
You've been
My
watching.
Nurmagomedov.
Yo.
So look, people out there in the world, it's pretty much coming to the time where we gotta let y'all go. It's been your boy Cannon. I hope y'all have enjoyed the podcast.
Let's get it. Hill gon' heal, baby.
AJ, President,
You
I know y'all miss me, baby.
can't see it, so.
You know.
Doing things you can't believe. It's the three-man week. We come at you with topics. No, you cannot stop it.